I like that intro much better than the last one. Well, welcome back, listeners, to the 63rd episode of the Tempest Gaming Cast. We are happy to have you join us. I am your host, Scrivean. I'm joined by my co-host, Harper.
Good evening.
And our Guild Wars 2 Guild Leader, Diemos. Our Guild Wars 2 Guild Leader, Diemos.
Hey. Hey. Was I muted?
I think so.
Yeah, possibly.
That's okay. I'm used to it because I did a podcast with Greer and I asked the same question 5 times while he was talking.
See, there you go. He was talking, so he...
So have you guys' last 2 weeks been? You know, since last week I had to cancel us.
Yeah, mine's been great. Lots to Rift and just doing stuff around the house, so it's been really good. And some WoW, of course. Missing Final Fantasy, but that'll happen soon enough.
I saw a bunch of people in TeamSpeak tonight for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they're doing Final Fantasy 11. They're commiserating so hard that they have to play the old versions of the game just so they can get their fix until it comes out.
Wow.
Hey, I did that with Guild Wars, so...
Wow.
I played the original.
We did.
On Rift, there's no precursor. So, well, you know me. Last week I canceled because my dogs escaped. So we were lucky to get them back on the weekend.
I know. I'm so glad you got them back.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh, you got both back? Cool.
Yeah, got them both back, so that's good. Huskies are escape artists, and they don't come back easy. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our news. We have a lot of news to cover since we have 2 weeks worth. I mean, some of it's OBE, but in the military government, folks will get that. Major games. And we'll start with Guild Wars 2, as we do every week.
Before y'all get started, the chat room is reporting some lagging. The audio is a little laggy, just FYI.
Yeah, so I think we're hearing it all across all of us. I don't know if there's anything we can do. And hope talk slow.
Yeah, I definitely hear it in my ear. Okay. I'm good at that. All right. So, big news this week, or last week, when Colin Johannesson revealed a massive plan for the remainder of 2013. Am I lagging?
So far so good. You lagged just a little at the beginning, but you're fine.
Okay. Just a quick rundown. There's a lot to it, but more living world content with more permanent effects on the world. The return of holiday events, but with more permanent and impactful content. Specifically, like, you know, Halloween is going to be coming up, but Super Adventure Box, they keep throwing that out there, so hopefully that'll come back soon. We got new skills and traits for every profession as a form of in-game character progression coming. All classes will also be able to use all weapon types. Retooled champion rewards. You lost me?
You sort of cut out there, but yeah. We can hear you now.
I think it's a Skype issue.
I hope so.
Yeah, it might be.
Can you hear me now?
Keep talking. Yeah, just keep talking and see what happens.
Okay. So retool champion rewards, revamped dungeon completion bonuses. There's going to be new crafting materials, and crafting professions will be boosted to 500 skill, which allows players to craft the ascended weapons and armor. That'll be a new addition there, because right now we only have the trinkets in the back piece. ability to craft a precursor, which is a much needed change. People are sick of the RNG. So yeah, new legendary weapons are also coming. What?
I was saying that is nice that they're allowing you to do the precursor.
Yeah.
Laggy though, better throughout most of it.
The new legendary.
Yeah.
New legendary weapons for PvE and legendary weapon skins for PvP are coming. The ability to select the stat combo that you want on a legendary at will that doesn't require transmutation. More rewarding PvP in line with PvE. The rewards are going to be more in line with
let me call you
PvE.
back.
Okay.
Can you hang up? I'll just add you again.
All right.
Okay.
I think this is a Skype lag issue.
It is, because like it's coming across saying somebody's internet is interfering. Internet connectivity. Call.
He's resetting his router.
Oh,
So
okay.
give him a minute. Maybe we could get back to him.
Sure. We'll go ahead and go. I'll jump over to Rift real quick. And although we had a lot of stuff to do. Summerfest began the 25th, which was last Thursday, and we've got a lot of people out running, doing events, doing the old content, which was scavenger hunts across the main continent of Methosia, and then in Brevane and whatever the hell the other one is. Now people are doing all the new ones, and there are some really good fun ones, and there are some really stupidly designed ones. And I'm saying stupidly designed.
I've heard.
because
I haven't done those yet.
All over the zone, and solo. Good luck getting it done. It's just a dumb design for an event that's supposed to be a fun event for anyone to be able to jump in. So if anyone, I mean, one of our members actually waited in zone for 3 hours the other day to get it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. That's a waste of my game time. I mean, I
I
want to do
know
the
it's
achievement,
good
but
to get
it's
that
stupid.
tier. Well, you get the stuff to get you the tier 1 ring. You get the rewards are for that is why people are actually doing it. I think more so than the achievement.
I agree, and I do my dailies,
But
which is
I don't
fishing
agree with
and stuff.
Yeah.
But that one scavenger hunt, it's just a dumb design. It's stupid.
I
mean,
agree.
Why would you design? It's supposed to be fun. Make it fun. You don't like say, we put the biggest zone in the game, and we're gonna hide 2 skulls in there. 2 total. And Trion's response was, we want it to be difficult because we know somebody's going to publish a guide. What an idiotic response. I mean, that is just stupid.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try it. And I love stuff like that, but I'm not going to do it.
Well, the guide's out now. I mean, people, the guide's out, and it basically says the best way to get this done is what Ali is telling everyone is get in a raid and camp all 5 spawn points and hope you get lucky. That stupid design. Dumb Tryon.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to do. Otherwise, we got our swimwear. My Bommy is sporting his swim trunks through all of our
So is my
instances in PvP.
And her hot
This week in
bikini.
Tempest, over the last 2 weeks, we hit level 19. We did great rift hunts, PvP, small group, solo instances. We've got 5 new members who have joined us. We we have our raid schedule date coming in September 3rd. We've got, we did old school raids last week, which was a blast. We did green scale first, and then went into reversals. And got conqueror reversals. Although we were wiping on Plutonus, which kind of concerns me going into a new tier when we're wiping on Plutonus. Still.
Yeah, I think
But,
it was because we were doing shortcuts and people didn't understand the actual fight. Like, they hadn't done it like
it's
we
all
had.
movement and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So.
after that, we went and we had dropped down to about 12, so we dropped 2 more, went to 10 man, knocked out, crushed Gilded Prophecy and Drown Halls.
Drown,
And then
yeah.
went into Rise of the Phoenix, and that was pretty fun too. So we're looking forward to it this week. I hope we're going to hit Hamanel, Infinite Dawn, Primeval Feast, or Primal Feast, whatever. I won't be there. I'll be gone this week, but it should be fun. Hopefully everyone gets that done. But it's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. If you look in the guild every night, we've got 15, 18 people logged in, doing all kinds of stuff, dimension design, whatever. So Rift's really pushing.
Yeah.
Let me try to get Dimos back.
Yeah.
Did I just hang up on you? So now I'm my own host because I just hung up on Tina too. So we're doing awesome tonight. So here we go. Let me go ahead and call Diemos back. And I hope you're all laughing in the chat room. Oh, that looks much better. So there we go.
Good?
Fine. I didn't
Yeah,
talk
that
to you.
looks much better. Sorry.
All right.
I was like,
So
okay, so you get die back and then you hang up on me. How awesome is that?
Yeah. So now I finished Rift, so we can go back to Guild Wars 2.
Awesome.
That's way better, Dimos, by the way.
Yeah, now, Harper, you're lagging.
All right.
Yeah, robot,
Are we live?
robot Harper. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, now. Go ahead, sorry.
Dimos.
What's up?
Dimos, go ahead.
Are we live?
Go ahead.
We're live. Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
live.
we are.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. All right. So, yeah, revamp dungeon completion. I guess that's where I left off. Retooled. We're getting retooled
What?
champion rewards. Revamp. Am I lagging again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I hear you fine.
Am I lagging too? Or
Yeah.
am I
Mm-mm.
okay? Scriv, you lagged a little in when you were talking, but not like what Dimos is, so.
Yeah, the Skype thing note I'm
Guys-
getting says somebody's internet connection is affecting the call. One or more of the people call have
It's-
insufficient bandwidth to broadcast video. Video quality is low.
Might be me then.
Should
don't
I?
know.
Should you, do you want me to hang up
Just
if you still
reset
get the
my router.
Do what?
error? Everyone says I'm lagging too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hang up and then you see if you still get the message.
Okay. Did she hang up? Go ahead, Dimos, talk.
Okay, the retool champion rewards, revamp dungeon completion bonuses, new crafting materials are coming with crafting professions boosted to 500 skill, which allows players to craft the ascended weapons and armor that are coming now. We're getting the ability to craft a precursor also, and new legendary weapons are on their way for PvE. And also the addition of the legendary weapon skins for PvP. That'll be an awesome change. So we're going to get the ability to select the stat combo that we want on a legendary at will with
Hey,
transmutation.
Scriv,
Yeah.
I just called back in. Did you see it when I hung up? I'm sorry, Dimos. I'm just wondering if I'm messing up though.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
So when I hung up, were you getting the messages from Skype?
Yes, it's
The
still the
bandwidth
same.
message?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dimos.
Okay, we're going to get more rewarding PvP rewards, more in line with the PvE and World v. World rewards now. There's going to be new PvP map types. I guess they're getting away from the conquest type of stuff now. And they're going to be releasing the new Looking for Group tools soon, along with the account-based magic find that we're already seeing with the achievement chest bonuses now. They're getting away from having it based off of your gear now, so that you still maintain your stats that you should when you're in group play. There's a lot more, but those are just kind of the big highlights. This week in Tempest, we did the Cutthroat Politics. It went live, and members have been working on it, trying to earn all achievements as much as possible for both candidates. Both are actually a little bit grindy, so yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Instead of a dungeon Tuesday night, we had a group form up for the candidate trial challenge, and we worked our way up to tier 4, but it's insanely difficult at tier 4. Way too much to handle. In a way, it's actually better to it scales up between how many people are in the party and stuff like that. So it's actually better to probably duo it at this point. I'm not sure, just to get the achievement at least. Fractals were run on Wednesday night for the achievements, and that were related to the cupcakes. 2 passes of Crucible of Eternity were completed on Thursday night for progression and tokens. Guild missions Friday night. We knocked out the bounties and the rush pretty fast, and then we spent the rest of the night working on the 2 different puzzles. They were new. We didn't beat them, but we got to the last phase on both of them, and they're really very cool puzzles. The last one that we did actually ended in a big maze that you had to work your way through. It was pretty insane. We made progress, Sunday night, last night, they completed up of a raw for progression and tokens. So that's about it.
Very nice. Let's jump over to
Your hate moves like a freight train, steady with a heavy weight, barreling down for many years.
I'm gonna go with World of Warcraft. Tina, you there?
These past few weeks in the news, Blizzard store, we've been kind of talking about that a little bit the past few weeks, and I found a Blue Post response about it. Basically, they said it's too early to tell exactly what that will be sold, but it definitely will be the usual, like mounts, pets, and some transmog items, which they've already put some of those in the actual store on the website. So, it's not going to be a pay to win, but it's going to be, you're going to have a sub, and then you're going to be buying this stuff as far as we know. Also, they will be adding experience booster potions and lesser charms as well. It's kind of their plan to start out with. They're more doing this for the convenience factor, and it's too early to say when it'll actually be available. So I guess we'll just kind of have to see. There's a lot of speculation. It's all a waiting game for now. Some people have already been commenting on that. As far as I read a Blue Post on the normal and flex grades for the Siege of Orgrimmar and the gear level, which I thought this was interesting. The gear level will be higher than heroic. So there won't be a ton of items DE'd right out of the gate. The estimated eye level is going to be 553, as where heroic thunder gear is 549. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it's very laggy on mine.
I think
Dinos,
the call dropped
on the bottom,
or
just turn
something.
your video off.
What's that? Mine?
Just turn your video. Just the video on the bottom there. I'm going to see how it is now for sound.
Okay. So here we go again. The Throne of Thunder heroic gear is 549. So they're going to start out with 553. The eye level for gear dropped in the flex raid for the Siege of Orgrimmar will be 540. So it will be quite a boost. And then the LFR level will be, where does it say? I thought I put that on there. Maybe I didn't know. Anyway, so there is going to be some differences, and they're trying to really make a point as to not making everything be upgraded and not be DE right off the bat. So they're really going that extra mile to make sure that happens. World of Warcraft is down to 7.7 million subscribers, down 600,000. So they are losing ground just a little bit. Woohoo! WoW killer. Let's see. Who's the WoW killer? I don't know. But anyway,
Nothing right
so and so we'll just kind of have to wait and see how that goes. This week in Tempest, Vodka and Deviled Eggs had a great few weeks, and some people are screaming Final Fantasy 14 will be WoW killer. Whatever,
Dream
guys.
on.
It is a sub, so hey, they have a, anyways, Vodka and Deviled Eggs went into Throne of Thunder and finished the zone. So we are 12 of 12. We killed Lei Shen on Thursday night. It was, it's been a long road, and I really want to thank Greer, Cirrhosis, Rev, and then a few of our new people who stuck by us from almost the beginning, Hots and Plots, Velvet Monkey, Rabbitus, and everyone has just stuck with us, and it really made a difference. And it made me filling the raids a little bit easier each week, even though it was something I had to do all the time. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we do next as far as our future plans. That's all up in the air, but it's been a fun ride, and I really appreciate everybody. So yeah.
That's good. I saw I think it was an article on Massively today that was pretty good. They were talking about the people saying, "Oh no, see, it's the death of WoW," and they're like fans of other games. To which the Massively author wrote back, he goes, "Yes, the world is ending because Blizzard lost more subscriptions and shrugged it off. No, more subscriptions than the game you play has total, and they shrugged it off."
Right.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, granted, I don't hate any of these new games that are out. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of them. They're all good for what they do. I will never naysay a game and say it's terrible. And, I mean, well, there might be some, but I think that people like them for a certain reason, and I have to appreciate that.
I know you will.
Yeah.
I know you will. But, so as far as being WoW killer, that's not going to happen, because WoW has its own niche of players. They're dedicated, and they're going to continue, just like EverQuest. You've got people playing EverQuest, and
exactly.
WoW's going to be players that are dedicated, hardcore, and are going to stay there for the next 10 years. So there will be WoW killer, but as we've seen with Rift, who else? Guild Wars 2. So, and then Final Fantasy is probably going to really make a good show, I think. So, I mean, there's Final Fantasy 14, sorry guys. There's, it's just kind of a questionable. People are always going to use that as, as bait for conversations, I think. So.
Say the EQ killer. Although we'll hear the news this week
exactly.
on EQ Next. So.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
The next iteration. All right. Awesome. Let me talk about Marvel Heroes. Marvel Heroes has been doing a bunch of stuff. First of all, Lex has taken some time off, and we wish him well with all of that. So we are looking for a guild leader.
Definitely.
I know we have a couple of guys acting as guild leader for Marvel Heroes who are keeping everything going.
We appreciate them
Schedule
stepping
continues
up.
on. The schedule continues on. They've got Wednesday night meetups and Marvel Midnights on Saturday. It's Eastern midnight. New forms for Marvel Heroes have arrived. Posts in the old forms are being wiped in about a week. So by now they're wiped. So if you needed anything there, you should have grabbed it. Limbo is in the process of revamping and eventually feature a variety of instances. The first new Limbo instance will be called Midtown Manhattan Patrol. The devs say the 7 goals for the new instance will be awesome experience and loot, more variety of fun, more boss fights. Instead of waiting 15 minutes for a boss fight, you should be waiting 2 to 3 minutes to defend a zone from a villain supergroup. Better performance, no waiting. You can enter Midtown Limbo whenever you want. No more cooldown of 30 minutes. It's now 0, and you can play it as long as you want. So you can keep going in. Get rid of threat level and bosses one-shotting everyone. And so...
that's nice.
yeah, that's kind of cool. They said that Doomsaw is one of the devs put out in the dev blog that he outlined some of the big changes coming to Marvel Heroes soon. Some of the changes are listed in how defense is going to work for characters. And within a few weeks, players will be receiving some nice buffs to their powers. And there's a new item slot for Super Team items being added. And they're just some of the changes coming for dev blog. So if you're on a Super Team, you're going to be able to identify yourself, it looks like. This week in Tempest, X-Rad, Methodist, the Rob Spill Girl, and Coiled Vipers joined for the midweek meetup, and this was last week. Methodist is called away for an emergency, but the group formed up for activities on Saturday. Methodist, Coiled Vipers, and I'm saying Thor's Hammer here, to Jordan, ran a few runs of the cow level. Yes, and they're cows with weapons standing
Cow
on their
level?
back. Yeah. The recruitment post has been added to Marvel Hero forums. It's interesting the way that Marvel has redone their post now to try to cut back on spam. Is you have to reach a certain rank in the forums. So Lex posted the initial recruiting thread, but then he's not allowed to post more than a few threads. He can't bump it or do anything until he gets promoted in the forums. And so a bunch of us had to log into the Marvel forums and upcheck his post, and then we post underneath it, and then we had to upcheck everyone else's post in the thread to try to get everyone up to rank so that we can post more stuff. It's kind of, I understand what they're doing, but I think they kind of made it very, tedious to do so.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So let's talk Firefall.
Firefall news. The ESL is here. The Firefall U.S. Opening Cup starts August 4th. Sunday is this Sunday. If your team places in the top 3, you'll receive a unique Opening Cup award. This is the only time this award will be given, and weekly prize money is $1,000 and a chance to qualify for the monthly final, which will add another $5,000 if you win.
See,
Wow.
Dimos, this, in my opinion, this matches more of your tournament PvP that you'd be interested in.
What's that?
This.
The prizes?
ESL. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't be that competitive. Whitey's actually in the Miss League, or he's been messing with teams that are in the Miss League they just did a qualifying run this week for the $10,000 cash reward that they're going to do. Yeah, for PAX. They're going to have a big tournament at PAX for $10,000. Yep.
Is he
But I
haven't
talked to him about it.
Away as he moves up?
What's that?
Is he pushing the peon PvPers away?
He's trying to. That's the thing, is when you start getting that competitive in the tournaments, you run into some really bad, people who just rage. Everything's everybody else's fault. Everybody else sucks on the team at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's what sucks about these big, high-end tournaments. It's great, but I can't deal with that, man. I'll go off on people if people start raging like that. So he said that he's had it bad some nights. But anyway, so
that's pretty cool. I wish
that's really good. So this weekend, Tempest during Firefall, we continue to recruit and are up to 30+ members, split into 2 different armies now, due to the lack of roster. And members got together.
I really can't figure that out.
Thank goodness for TeamSpeak. That really helps pull everybody together, even though in separate armies.
I've seen several people in there every week.
Is it just
every
a requirement
night,
for game launch that a company has to do one really dumb thing?
I guess. But the thing is true is they never in betas. They barely ever have done guild stuff until the last minute. Honestly,
what's the day that Firefall's live? Or we don't know yet.
Oh, they don't even have a launch date.
It's open beta, right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah, it's open now. Yeah.
Does anyone know,
check it out.
cirrhosis by any chance?
I don't think there's a launch date yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Also, members got together this week to run a few of the new instants. I think those are called the melding pockets. I think that's what Colbert was talking about.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Blackwater
that's really cool.
Anomaly.
I've heard it's actually really challenging. So that's pretty sweet that they put that in the game, though.
My first experience with doing an instance, a first-person shooter instance, was Defiance when I went with Isaac and Kabuto, and we did an instance in Defiance.
I never got high enough for that.
Pretty interesting. It's pretty good.
Sweet.
Good old Kabuto.
So I look forward to jumping on every once in a while and have those guys drag me through. We're casual. All right, let's go to Ambassador Games. I have to change this now because Firefall's been bumped up to a minor game, and it's
Yep.
the main trailer here for Ambassador Games. Maybe I'll just change it and make that minor games. And leave Firefall up there. They have cool cinematics. So let's go ahead and talk.
Oh wait, the video's
EQ2.
lagging.
Is it? I just killed it.
Yeah. You kill the video?
Well, I didn't kill video
Okay.
to the feed.
Oh, okay. EverQuest 2. This Friday, Sony will be announcing more information about. Well, that's actually sorry. That's EverQuest next. But anyways, EQ2, the new update went live on the 23rd. Darkness Dawn. And it offered Fabled Dungeons, more contested avatars. I loved contested avatars. Those were so fun. Character advancement templates, new daily objective quests, and much more. I mean, it's so cool that this game's been out for quite a while now, and it doesn't have the fan base that a lot of the bigger games do, but they're just like with EverQuest, they're still putting out content.
Yeah.
People are still going in and playing. It's still a lovely game, and yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. You know, that they, I mean, they're still rating, so, you know,
Yep.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's good to have a dedicated player base.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and then they really do take care of their dedicated people, so.
Yeah. Cool. Now we go to Alpha Beta News. Final Fantasy.
Yeah, there's been a lot of content being put on the website, which is wonderful. And someone had posted some of the highlights of what the end game's going to entail. Also, Mr. Happy did a video as well. There will be 8-man and 24-man raids. I'm not sure if there's going to be any in between. There'll be regular dungeons, hard mode dungeons, primal bosses, which are world bosses, and they'll drop class-specific weapons. Fates that will continue on as you compete. As you complete one phase, it will continue on and go further. And also, they released that Lightning, you know, the favorite character from Final Fantasy's past. You'll be able to fight along with her in some of the fates, and you'll actually, as a reward, receive her armor. So you'll get to wear her armor as like the transmog. So you'll look like Lightning, and which I thought was really cool. Relic Weapon Quest will reward an item level 95 weapon. They're job specific. There'll be crafting, of course, housing, but like housing will not be available right at launch. It's going to be available, but in the phase 4, we're going to get to try it out. So there'll be some things in the open beta that we'll get to play around with, but come actual live launch, we will not have. They want us to mess with it and to test it, so they can fix it and get it ready for a release later on. So it's pretty exciting stuff. And I mean, there's just so much this game has to offer that it's really going to be interesting to see once we get to the end level, just what all we're doing, because it sounds like to me, you know, on paper, that we're going to be pretty busy just doing stuff, not only getting ready for raids, but just, you know, the Fable Weapon Quest, you know, and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. This week in Tempest, really the main thing is everyone's scattered to do other things. Some people are playing, like I was sharing earlier, and but the main thing is the officer team right now is working really hard on planning things to do for launch. They're getting their rating kind of sewn up, kind of how they want to do it a little bit. It's still pretty early, but they're at least getting a guideline on what they want to do. I know they're going to do a fantastic job, and I wish them the best of luck on launch. And I'm sure that things will go well for them. It looks like August is going to be a busy month. There's been speculation that the actual open beta will be after the live letter, which will be the 8th. So we're looking at the 9th through the 16th. Those are speculated dates for open beta. It will then stop. It will give us 4 days of a break, and then the actual early will be the 20th. Now, this is all speculation. Nobody knows. Nobody's gotten that sweet email saying, here are the dates. So, like I said, this is all speculation, but it's pretty fun to speculate about the date. So,
This is the date that you get in early?
Well, actually, open beta, nobody knows
Last
when that's going to
beta.
be.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
last beta. I mean, we
And
know the
then-
launch date.
Well, the launch date's the 27th, but early access
Yeah.
could be as early as the 20th, which is what people are speculating. And instead of
Are
like
they
the
doing a
24th or
soft
the 23rd,
launch with this beta?
they're doing. Yes, it is. That's exactly right. So you'll have 7 days to duff. And let me see. Yeah. I'm just reading the chat room. Okay. Yeah. 7 days, well, 6 days or so to mess around in the open beta, level your characters and all of that, and then you'll stop. Then you'll have a break. They'll have a break. Then they'll get ready for the early access. And then on the 27th is the hard launch. So, but again,
Is that a wipe
everything up
between
to
the two?
No. No, that's why it's a
wipe?
soft launch. That's why it's a soft launch, yeah. I'm sure the housing and all that stuff will be wiped, but anything with your character as far as leveling and all that stuff will not be wiped. That is my understanding. So,
Cool. How about EQ Next?
well, like I was sharing earlier, they're going to be announcing on Friday. That's their big announcement at their yearly
SE Live.
game. Yeah, and so we'll just have to see what's going to happen. There's been, again, a lot of speculation that we're going to hear about EQ next, and find out that this year we'll get to beta test it. Maybe not even beta, but actually get to play the in-game product. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they're just talking and creating hype, but it's pretty interesting. So.
Nice. And WildStar?
They announced their 2 final races, and again, this was 2 weeks ago, so this was big news 2 weeks ago. But the Chua, which was already expected, the little cute little, they're handy little brainiacs who love to build new and exciting weapons. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, and they are not accepted by the Cassians and the Meccan because, well, they're not like people. They're little animals. And so, but they're accepted because of what they bring to the table, because they build weapons and they're very crafty and all of that. It's rumored right now that Chuas can be spell slingers, espers, and 2 yet unrevealed classes. They had another huge beta stress test this past weekend, and lots of people are invited. I've heard good things here lately about the beta, so we'll see. Mordesh is the second class. They're the emo kids of the Exiles, I'm sorry, I can't even talk this evening. They're good at alchemy and science, and they are survivors of a contagion and saved by an antidote called the Vitalis Serum. The humans are cautiously optimistic that the Mordish contagion won't spread. The Arans feel sympathetic toward their history, and so they're kind of like the red-headed stepchilds of the Exiles, but people feel sorry for them, so it's a pretty interesting backstory. And they look basically kind of dead, kind of like emo looking is why they're called the emo kids. They can be stalkers, warriors, and spell slingers, and the 2 unrevealed classes. So I guess we'll wait and see what those are.
Cool.
What about Arcade?
In Arcade, they had their Japanese open beta. Massively reported wrote that the game will have a subscription. It'll also have day passes, which you can purchase. It's pretty nice that you'll be able to play on the weekends if you want to, and it's also going to have a cash shop. I'm assuming that Trion's going to go with the cash shop option because their Rift one seems to be working really well for them.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, the Massively author had a very high opinion of the game, saying that it's not a sandbox, but it's a sand park. The fact that you can do a lot of MMO stuff in there, as well as build your own world the way you want, so it's kind of a good mix. Tryon commented that their plan is to keep the game very, very similar to the Korean version. That there'll be tweaks, but they're not going to overhaul the systems. I mean, of course, there's going to be translation. And I thought I had heard there was like 15,000 lines of conversation that they're
Yeah, I
translating.
read something like that.
I mean, that's what they're doing. They got to do and translation. Of course, you got to get those innuendos in there so that it makes sense. You don't get some of those Terra translations where you're like, what?
I know. I was just thinking of that.
Or even
and
worse,
Aeon.
Age of Wushu.
Oh, is that bad?
Yeah. Age of Wushu is not top. Speaking of Age of Wushu, the other one, I think there's only a couple of us who tried it out, but they are adding a castration mechanic. I don't know why, but it's going to be in there.
What does that mean?
It was news. It's when you cut somebody's balls off.
Well, I know that's what that means, but why would they have it in a game?
I don't know.
That is silly. I mean, is that what it...
Be associated with jailing.
Must be, some bad thing. Maybe if you...
Or maybe if you want to be a monk,
I don't know,
you castrate yourself.
I don't know that you can have kids in the game, so...
Well, maybe
who knows?
Those are some little details, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Brought out.
It was big news.
Definitely. Big news.
Again, a reminder, the console game challenge of the month for this month, July 2013, which ends soon, so next week we'll announce the new one, is NCAA Football 2014. You need to play in Dynasty mode and get your team ranked in the top 25 nationally. Members who complete these challenges earn awards culminating with the Console Gamer 12x12 award, which take a minimum of 1 year to earn. I just have to say I was playing Navy today, and I'm getting my ass kicked as I learn the game. I've only won 2. I'm like 2-7. And I was playing Notre Dame, who's currently ranked in my version of the game number 3 overall. And with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, I was winning 14-13. And for some idiotic reason, I had a Tony Romo moment and decided to pass and threw an interception, which they ran for a touchdown, and I lost the game. Yeah. Instead of running the clock out and then punting and...
Oh, you're trying to be a hero.
I was trying to be Romo. I was pulling that Romo. So that's what happened. So let's go into tips of the week. Harper, what do you got?
Well, I actually am changing it up. I'm going to leave my one that I originally put out because this just came to my attention. In Rift, there is, the summer event that's going on. There, if you're leveling and you're past 50, there is a quest that you can pick up from Daryl in Meridian. He's the guy in the far corner in this event area. And you pick it up once, and you'll have this quest to shrink 9 animals. And once you pick it up, then 9 more quests will open up. Or maybe it's 8. I think it's 9. Anyways, what he does is he gives you 9 separate quests all over, actually not Mythosia, but the new continent. And you go in and you shrink these animals. Most of them aren't even aggro, so it's really cool. You don't have to fight anything. But the hard part is getting to some of these hard-to-reach areas that are level 60. If you didn't have a port, you had to run it. And Xantor and I did make the run across some of the continents, which was really fun. Picked up some ports along the way. But anyways, once you turn those in, for each one that you have shrunk and turned into Daryl, he gives you 150,000 XP. So if you're using an XP potion on top of that, the XP is crazy. So if you're leveling from 50 to 60 and you're looking on, as we all know, I haven't been. No, it's a one-time thing. To pick it up and do it. It may even be something we can do as a group to help, the Lobies get their XP. So there might be a guild event we could do this week. But
nice.
I recommend doing it. Go, go, go. Okay.
Cool. How about you, Demas?
Yeah, so I picked up this game on my Vita called the MLB The Show. So if you're looking for a really awesome baseball game, it's for the Vita, but I think it's for all the consoles and stuff. It's really tight. It's the description about the game is kind of like it's a baseball simulator. The pitching and stuff is really pretty interesting. You can advance your little character you made to, train and all of this stuff. It's pretty good. So it's fun. I play it when I'm bored and away from home. So yeah, try it out.
Nice. Mine is from, and I can't remember if I did this last 2 weeks ago or not, and I didn't delete. But I had it. It was written in here, so I'm assuming it was for last week. And when you're building your dimension in Rift, when you're placing items, for instance, if you go to my dimension on Edge of Infinity, you'll see that I built this huge tower using wall pieces. Well, I blew them up to a certain size and then angled them the way that I want them to do that. To get them to all be exactly the same size, I found that there's an ability you can do is if you've got a stack of stuff in your, I don't know, walls or windows or whatever that you want all to be the exact same size. What you do is after you place the first one and you get it to the set to the size that you want, all you have to do is hit Control D, and it brings an exact duplicate out, angle and everything, and puts it out in front of you that you can move around. So when you're building things to a certain, specifically buildings,
cool.
ramps and stuff, and you want, or you know, a ramp up, a long ramp, and you want that exact same angle and the same size, same width and length and stuff, Control D, and you put one right, and you just move it right into position, and you're good to go. So you don't have to keep resizing. So it saves a lot of time. And also, but you do have to have the item in your bag, and it'll tell you if you don't. And additionally, again, Dimension Builders, add on Magic Carpet from Rift UI. I have to just buy an ochre carpet from, I think it was One Plat when I bought mine. And then you basically have your scaffolding. You just run anywhere in your dimension. You can run to the top of your dimension and start building up there. So
Fracker said thanks for telling him now he's never going to leave.
he's banned from his dimension until he hits 60.
I know. I haven't even started mine. I did help Xantor with his. We were building his living room and dining room. Did you see it?
Yeah, it looks good. All right, any last comments from the chat room for those who bore with us through this?
Yeah, Fracker said that you got sheeped in your video game. That's why you lost your football game, because you got sheeped.
I got sheeped, probably. Well, wait, just remember, well, for everyone, we know what the September game is going to be. So plan now. We are going to be playing Madden 25, and we want to do a Tempest online league. Pick your team, play a season.
Dang.
That's what we want to do. That's going to be our September challenge, yeah. Because it comes out August 25th, I think, or 25th, 27th, I think. So while you guys are doing Final Fantasy, I'll be playing football.
There you go.
So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Let me go to our end credits here. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. You can leave any feedback on our website, TempestGamecast.com. Send an email, TempestGamecast@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Twitter @TempestGamecast. If you're interested in joining Tempest Gaming Community, visit us at TempestGuild.us. Our recruiting videos and lots of other videos more every week are hosted on YouTube on our channel, Tempest Gaming Community. We hope you guys have a great week in gaming. And again, we will hopefully have the sound fixed next week because we're going to have to write nasty letters to Skype. See you
Yes,
in
we
game.
are.
Yeah, sorry about the lag.
Have a good week, everybody.
Hope it wasn't me.
Thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Leave it all behind.